Hi everyone, welcome you all to your channel TKG Physics Classes, where you are learning physics easily with me. So students, all of you know we are already last part from laws of motion chapter. Basically this is our last lecture also. And in this lecture we will discuss, this lecture is related to the vertical motion of a particle. This lecture is very interesting students. You have to watch this video till the end for learning the entire concept. So what we will derive from this lecture? In this lecture, the concept is the body is under vertical motion. This motion is the horizontal, this motion is the vertical motion. So body is under vertical motion, and here you have to derive the velocity at any position of the particle. You have to derive the tension in the string at any point. Then you have to derive the tension at the lowest point. This is the lowest point, tension at the highest point here, and you have to define some condition. You have to find out some condition when what is the minimum velocity about the lowest point for which the body complete the loop. So this is all about our today class. So before going to this derivation, at first you see one example. See, suppose these types of motion, students, these types of motion is the horizontal motion and these types of motion is the vertical motion. Now see, when I am applying some initial velocity, you see now, some initial velocity, the body is going like this. That looks like SHM, simple harmonic motion. Okay, now I am increasing the velocity, you see, increasing velocity. So the body increases some path and then return backs. Now further I am increasing velocity, and you see body covering, you see this one, body covering a complete circle. So this is the condition, the body covers a complete circle or the body attains some position then return backs. It all depends upon the initial velocity which is given to that body. So open your copy and write down the notes. First of all, you write this one, the motion of vertical circle. This is our today title. And you see, write a body of mass m tied to one end of a string. This one, the body of mass m and rotating in a vertical circle of radius r. This vertical circle radius, this radius is r. Here suppose, what is the direction of this velocity? Obviously tangential. The body mass m and direction, that means the tangent through this point. Now after some time the body attained in the new position, the body is under motion, the vertical motion. So suppose here at point P, you see at point P, what is the velocity? Velocity will be tangent here. Suppose at point P the velocity is represented as v. So what is the direction of v? V will be tangent. Okay. So here the weight of the body W, that is vertically downward. Now see, if I say this body is making an angle theta with this vertical, this body making an angle theta with this vertical line, so this line is also theta. So this value is mg, this angle is theta, so this component is mg cos theta, and this is the vertical component, so this component is mg sin theta. And you see in the opposite direction there is a tension force in the string. So here you just compare, you see in the inward direction there is a tension force. In the outward direction, opposite to the direction of tension, there is a component which is named as mg cos theta. Now when a body is covering a circular motion, there must be a centripetal force which is directed inward, and centripetal is force provided by some new kind of forces. Here you see tension is directed inward, so tension must provide centripetal force, but in the opposite direction there is another force which is named as mg cos theta. So what is the net force in the inward direction? Tension inward, mg cos theta outward. So net force, that is T minus mg cos theta. this is the force which is directed inward. So here T minus mg cos theta is provide the centripetal force. Okay, so this is all about our diagram. Now at first we will derive the velocity at any point. Okay, give a heading, velocity at any point, and write the basic thing, that is a body of mass m moving with initial velocity. This is our lowest point, you see, which is represented as L, and after some time the body attained a new position which is named as P. And when the body at P point, what is the vertical displacement of the body? You see, at P point, that means the body attained vertical displacement, this one, and this one is represented as, suppose, H. This value is H. Suppose this point is named as N, this point is O, and this point is, sorry, this point is P and this point is O. So when body at L, the vertical distance, that is 0. When body at point P, the vertical distance covered by the body, that is this one, H, which is represented as H. Now here we apply the conservation law of energy. All of you know the conservation law of energy. The sum of kinetic energy and the sum of potential energy is always remains constant. That means in any case there is a loss of kinetic energy, there must be a increase in gain in potential energy. So here we apply the conservation law of energy between 2 points at L and at P. The conservation of energy says that the total energy at point L must be equal to the total energy at point P. So write it here, apply conservation of energy. At first you write the basic thing, applying conservation of energy at L, that is equal to conservation of energy at P. So you see, what is the kinetic energy at L? At point L, the initial velocity of the body, that is u. So the kinetic energy, half mu square, you know the basic formula of kinetic energy, half mv square, but here velocity u, so that is half mu square, plus what is the potential energy? You see, the initial point, this is the initial position of the particle, so here height is 0. So potential energy, that is mg into h, here h 0, that is potential energy, is equal to 0. Now what is the energy at point P? You see, at point P, the energy, kinetic energy, velocity is represented as v, so kinetic energy half mv square plus of what is the potential energy? You see, at point P, the body attained the vertical height, that is represented as h. So here potential energy, that is mass, acceleration due to gravity, and the height attained by the body at that point. And at point P, the height attained by the body, that is represented as h. So now you simplify, then you can easily find out the expression of velocity v, and this is the velocity at any point. Okay, simplify it. So you see, m cancel, this one is u square, that is equal to v square, plus there is half, so this value will be 2gh, that is v square is equal to u square minus of 2gh. Therefore you can write v is equal to root under u square minus of 2gh. So this is our first derivation. This is the expression of velocity, right? Expression of velocity of particle, or you can say of the body, at any point. Okay, now our second derivation. In second derivation, we will derive the expression of tension in the string. We will derive the tension. Okay, write it. Okay, now our second derivation, that is we have to find out tension in the string. So give a heading, tension in the string. That is, here we have to find out the value of T. Now you see, at first you write Here mg has divided into two components, mg cos theta, which is directed opposite to the tension force T, and mg sin theta, which is directed opposite to the direction of V. You see V is upward and mg sin theta is just opposite to the direction of V. So here net force, that is T minus of mg cos theta, this amount of force is provide the centripetal force, you know na, the inward direction force, that is T minus of mg cos theta, and inward direction force for a particle which helps the body in moving the circular motion is known as the centripetal force. So here T minus mg cos theta, that is equals mv square by r, and you have to find out the value of T. So you write this one, therefore T is equal to mg cos theta plus of mv square by r. Now simplify, that is T equal to mg. Now at first here you find cos theta from which triangle? You see ONP, from triangle OPN you can write cos theta. You see this is the angle, so this is the base O2N base, and hypotenuse, that is O2P, and ON is represented as, you see this total H, this value, sorry R, this value H, so this value will be R minus H. So ON is represented as R minus H, and OP is the radius that is named as R. So cos theta, that is equal to R minus H divided by R. Total H, this value, sorry, total R, this value is H, so this value is R minus H. Now put this value here, cos theta, that is R minus H divided by R, plus m by R, and you know the value of V we already derived, you see, that is u square minus 2gh. Now simplify, so T, that is equal to, take a common, m by R, so this value will be, you see m by R common, so that is g into R, that is gr, minus g into h, that is gh, and here m by R common, so that is u square minus 2gh. Now minus 2gh, and there is another gh, so this value will be, see, T, that is equal to m by R, so this value is gr, sorry, you write at first u square plus of gr minus this one gives 3gh. So this is the expression of tension of the particle, tension of the string at any point. This is the general expression of tension. Now we will find out special case, that is what is the tension at the bottom, at the top. At the bottom, that is the lowest point L, and the top, that means, you see, H. This is the top, highest point. Now we have to find out the tension at the lowest point, that is at L, and the tension at the highest point, that is H. Okay, so at the lowest point tension, that means, you see, at the lowest point, what is the value of H? What is the vertical height attained by the body? The body is at the lowest point. So when body is moving like this, then the body attains the height. But initially when the body at the lowest point, the vertical height h, that is equal to 0. So right, tension. Now tension at the lowest point, you write here tension at the lowest point, which is represented as TL. Lowest point is represented as L, and tension at lowest point, that is, okay, write it, tension at L, that is H is equal to 0. So this value will be TL, that is equal to MR, you see, this one is U square plus GR, and this value H0, so this one is 0. So this is the expression of tension at the lowest point. Now write tension at the highest point. You see, body is moving like this way, and this is the highest point, and the body is when the body is attained at the highest point, what is the value of H? See, the vertical height. When body is going like this way, but the vertical height increases like this way. So when the body, suppose this point is M, when the body is at point M, the vertical height attained by the body, that is this value, and that is R, radius of the circle. So when the body at the highest point H, so total height attained by the body, that is total diameter. So this is R and this is R, that is H equal to 2R. So write tension at the highest point, tension at highest point, that is H is equal to 2R, and you can write TH, that is equal to, okay, this is the general expression. So you use this one, M by R, and there is U square plus GR minus of, and there is 3GH, that is 3G, and in the place of H you can write 2R, because at the highest point the height attained by the body, that is H equal to 2R. Okay, now simplify it. So this value will be M by R U square plus GR, and this one will be, you see, 3 into 6 minus 6GR. So again you simplify, so this expression will be M by R U square minus 5GR. There is minus 6GR and there is a plus GR, so this one is minus 5GR. So M by R U square plus GR is the tension at the lowest point, and M by R U square minus 5GR is the tension at the highest point. Okay, so this is all about the tension in the string. Now there is another important theory, students. What is the difference between tension at the lowest point and the highest point? This is the expression of tension at the lowest point, and this is the expression of tension at the highest point. Now question arises, what is the difference? What will be the value? Check it. So now we will check the difference between tension at the lowest point and highest point. So you are finding TL minus TH. Now just use the value of TL, that is M by R U square plus GR. So M by R, that is U square plus GR. Now here TH, that is M by R U square minus 5GR. So there is a minus, that is minus U square, and minus of this minus, that is plus 5GR. You see, very interesting thing, that is U square cancel out, that is M by R, and this value is GR and 5GR, that is 6GR. RR cancel out, that is 6 into mg. Very interesting part. And what is mg? Mg is the weight of the body. So 6 into weight of the particle. So this is the theory. That is, the difference of tension at the lowest point and the highest point of a particle which is covering the vertical circle is exactly equal to the 6 times, you see, 6 into mg, 6 times the weight of the particle. Okay, so this is all about tension, students. Now we will check another important thing, that is the minimum. What is the minimum velocity of projection? What is the minimum velocity of projection for which the body complete looping the loop? What is the minimum velocity here by which the body complete this circle? This is our next theory. Okay, write it. So minimum velocity, our next important part, that is minimum velocity of projection about the lowest point. Obviously you have to apply velocity at the lowest point when the body just starts its motion. So next point, that is minimum velocity of projection. Minimum velocity of projection of a body, or you can write particle, for which it looping the loop, that is, it complete its motion, looping the loop. Okay, now see, the body is going like this way. When the tension T at this point is 0, the body will slacking. So what is the condition when the body is complete the loop? Obviously the tension which is given at the highest point must be positive. The highest point tension, which is named as HTH, we already completed this part, that is m by r u square minus 5gr. This value, the tension at this highest point must be positive, and in that condition the body will complete the circle, vertical circle. So tension at the highest point, that is must be positive. That means you can say tension that is equal to 0. This is the limiting case, tension that is 0, or you can write tension at the highest point is greater than 0. Okay, so according to our condition for completing the looping the loop, the tension at the highest point must be greater than or equal to 0. When tension is equal to 0, that means the body attained up to this position, tension 0. So it completes its path. This is the limiting case. But when tension is greater than 0, the body easily attains this circle. Okay, so you just use this formula, that is m by r u square minus of 5gr, that is greater than equal to 0. So you can write u square minus 5gr, that is greater than equal to 0. So u square greater than or equal to 5gr. From here you can write u greater or equal to root under 5gr. This is the condition, velocity. So from this equation you can write two value also, that is u greater than root under 5gr. This is the condition, and another condition u that is equal to root under 5gr. Now you say, what is the initial velocity? What is the limiting velocity for which the body complete this loop? U greater root under 5gr? Not. U equal to root under 5gr. This is the minimum velocity which is required for this body when the body starts its motion. And when you are giving this amount of velocity, in that condition the body just complete its total circle. But when you are applying the velocity that is more than root under 5gr, the body can easily complete this loop. So this is our condition. Okay, now another condition, what is the minimum velocity at the highest point? What is the minimum velocity? You already find out the minimum velocity for which the body complete this path. Now you have to find out what is the minimum velocity at the highest point, at the top. So you just use the formula of velocity. So next topic, that is minimum velocity at the top. So you know the expression of velocity at any point, that is v equal to root under u square minus 2gh. Now you use v that is equal to root under, what is u? You are finding the minimum velocity, so you have to use u that is minimum. And here which one is minimum? U greater root under 5gr? Not. U equal to root under 5gr. This is the minimum velocity which is required for complete the path, and you are finding the minimum velocity at the top. That means here you have to use the velocity u that is here minimum, that is u equal to root under 5gr, the u square, that means only 5gr. So 5gr minus of 2g, and what is the value of h here? You are finding velocity at the top, that means velocity here. So h, that means the vertical height, the total height at point h, that is r, and r, that is 2r. So this value v equal to root under 5gr minus, this value is minus 4gr. So this value will be v is equal to root under gr. So this is the another expression. This is the velocity, minimum velocity of the body at the top. Okay, so what we already completed, at first we find out the initial velocity, the velocity at any point. Then we find the tension in the string. then we find out the tension at the lowest point, at the highest point, then we we find that the tension, the difference of tension at the lowest point and the highest point is exactly equal to the 6 times the weight of the particle. Then we derive this one, the minimum velocity for which the body complete the looping the loop, and the condition, that is the tension at the highest point must be greater or equal to 0. Equal to 0 is the limiting case. This times, that's why it is also named as a limit critical velocity. You can write this value is critical velocity, and using this velocity you are finding this value, that is the minimum velocity at the top. So here v equal to root gr, this velocity is also named as critical velocity, because this velocity arises when you using the value of u, that is minimum. Okay, so this is our derivation. There are another 2 conditions which arises in your exam, that is under what condition the body oscillates about its lower position, and another one, that is under what condition the body leaves the circular path. Okay, so you see, right? So at first write the question, write it. So this is the question. You see, at first you have to find out the condition. First point, that is the condition of oscillation of the body about the lowest point L, and the second point, that is you have to find out the condition when the body leaves this circular path. The body leaves this circular path. Okay, listen carefully. You already find the minimum value of velocity for completing this loop, minimum velocity. And what is the minimum velocity? U, that is equal to root 5gr. But if u less than 5gr, what happens? This is the minimum velocity u, that is root under 5gr, and that's why the body complete its path. But if u less than 5gr, so this is the condition, when u less than 5gr, either the body oscillates or either the body leaves the circular path. So this is the condition. So write it. If u less than root under 5gr, because when u equal to 5gr, the body attend up to this point, so body complete this path. Okay, so if u less than 5gr, either the body oscillates about its mean position or leave the circular path. Now, okay, you write to condition. Suppose at height h1, at h1 the velocity of the body is 0. Velocity v is equal to 0. Check it. So you know the formula of velocity, v square, that is equal to u square minus 2gh. So here you write, in the place of v you are considering velocity 0, so 0, that is equal to u square minus 2g. In the place of h you are considering, this is happens when height h1. So from here you can write this value. You see, 0, that is equal to u square minus 2gh. So what is the value of h1? That is u square divided by 2g. This is the value of h1. Okay, now another condition. Suppose at h2 the tension T is equal to 0. Now apply this condition. At first you write the general formula of tension, and what is the general formula? You check, that is m by r u square plus gr minus 3gh. This is the general formula. Check it. So here tension 0 when height h2. Now apply, that is 0 is equal to m by r, that is u square plus gr minus 3g, and this h becomes h2. So from here you can write, you see, that is u square plus gr minus 3gh2, that is equal to 0. This value is 0. So from here you can write, that is h2 equal to, you see, this value will be that side. Okay, so this one will be u square plus gr upon that is H2, so this one will be 3g. Okay, so this is the expression of H2. Listen very carefully. We consider at height h1 the velocity becomes 0, then we find the value of h1, and secondly we consider at height h2 the tension of the string becomes 0, then we find the value of h2. Now what is the condition when the body oscillates? You think this is a simple pendulum, this is the mean position. Suppose the body is going like this way. When here velocity is 0, so the body also in that condition return like this way. The highest point, you see the condition of simple pendulum, you see this one, sorry, this one, this is the mean position, the body goes like this way. So body attend up to this point, then returns back. Why returns back? Because at this point the velocity of the body is 0. So what is the condition of oscillation? This is the oscillation. This is the oscillation. So the condition of oscillation, that means when the velocity of the body is 0 earlier than the tension 0. When velocity is 0 earlier than the tension, in that condition the body oscillates. Okay, you see now, this is the mean position, the body goes like this way. When the body returns back, because at this point the velocity is 0, that's why the body will return back. So this is the oscillation. So when velocity is 0 earlier with respect to tension, in that condition the body oscillates. And the reverse one, when the tension 0 earlier than the velocity, in that condition the body leaves the circular path. You see this one, the body attend up to this point and here tension 0, so body goes like this way, not complete this circle. Okay, so at first you write the condition. So write it. So the body oscillates if velocity v0 earlier than tension. So according to our condition, velocity 0, from here you are finding this value, tension 0, you are finding this value. So condition is h1 less than h2. Velocity is 0 earlier than the tension. So velocity is 0, that means the velocity attains 0. Suppose you are considering velocity attains 0 at h1, so h1 must be less than h2. Now you just use the condition h1, that is u square upon 2g, less than h2, that is u square plus gr upon 3g. G cancel, so this and 3u square less than 2u square plus 2gr, cross multiply. So this one will be 3u square minus 2u square, that is u square less than 2gr. From here you can write u less than root under 2gr. This is the condition, u less than root under 2gr. When initial velocity u less than 2gr, the body oscillates. Okay, you see again, when this one, when initial velocity less than 2gr, the body oscillates like this way up to this point, then return backs. But when initial velocity is equal to 2gr, the body oscillates and complete the semicircle. That means maximum u is equal to 2gr, root under 2gr. So the body oscillates up to this point, semicircle, and here up to this point. The body oscillates like this one, complete this path. Here up to this one, then complete up to this one, and this one happens complete semicircle when u equal to 2gr, root under, and when u less than root under 2gr, the body oscillates somewhere here also, here. Okay, so when, right, this is the condition, is very important, students, for competitive exam purpose. When u equal to root under 2gr, the body oscillates and covers semicircle, and when less than 2 GR the body oscillates somewhere here also. Okay, now another condition, that is second condition, when the body leaves the circular path. So when the body leaves the circular path, just reverse one, when the tension is 0 earlier than the velocity. So according to our condition, tension is 0 earlier than the velocity. Write it. When tension is 0 earlier than the velocity, in that condition the body leaves the circular path. That is H2 is less than H1. Here H2 is less than, because tension 0 earlier than the velocity, and tension 0 we are considering at height H1. So here H2, so here H2 is less than H1. So use this one, that is H2 U square plus GR divided by 3G, and here that is U square 2GR, GG cancel out. So from here you will find this value, that is U here less than root under 2GR, and here U square, you see this one will be greater than 2GR. So U will be greater than root under 2GR. This is the condition, student. When the velocity is more than root under 2GR, the body leaves the circular path. That means you just think, when velocity u that is equal to root under 2GR, the body complete this circular path, semicircular path. That means up to L to L there is no condition when the body leaves. Body leaves between M to H, and this is happens when the velocity is more than root under 2GR. Suppose velocity is more than 2GR, so the body goes up to this point, then tension 0, so body like this, okay, body goes like this, leaves this circular path, and this is happens for a very short time. The body goes like this, and then it again rejoin with this circular path, and this path is becomes parabolic. So the condition, that is when u is equal to root under 2GR, the body complete this semicircle. When u is less than root under 2GR, the body oscillates like this way. Okay, when u is more than root under 2GR, the body leaves this circular path, and this is happens in between M to H, anywhere. And this circular path leaves very short time, and then it's again rejoin with this circular path. So write it, when root under 2GR less than VL less than root under 5GR, in that condition the body leaves the circular path, When this velocity becomes equal to 5GR, the body attains this point, so the body complete its path. When more than root under 5GR, the body can easily complete its path. Okay, so this is all about the circular motion of a body, of a particle. I think this part is clear to all of you students. So finally we completed our chapter 5, that is named as laws of motion. I think this part is clear to all of you. In next class we will start work energy power, that is chapter number 6. Today I am ending here. Bye bye.